Pride of Higara. This is Captain Soban of the fleet, Farron Shah. Looks like you could use a hand. Attention all Sobani, pick your targets and engage.
Hello everyone. Hello. This is Captain Soban. Welcome aboard to Starship Norma Prize for another episode of Sins 2, where we are testing out the RPG mod that I am personally developing. And this is a test series where we're trying to get all of our capital ships to level 12 and trying to see how well balanced they feel for the RPG mod. So in the last episode, we didn't really do much. I kind of just went over the whole basics of how the mod works and how all the ship stats work and all the adjustments I made to it and how like all the abilities and stuff work. So today we might be talking a little bit more about that stuff because I didn't cover everything because I realized I was approaching an hour. So, but I don't want this entire episode to be me nothing but talking because we're supposed to be testing these ships. So we're going to go ahead,
you may speak.
Grab our group, and we're going to start heading out to our first planet to fight.
Our voices speak as one.
Now, at the moment, I'll be playing the game at 50% speed because there are a crap ton of ships on the map. I'll go a little bit more in details when we start finding the higher tier planets that have more defenses on them. And I was just looking at how much memory this map uses with all my adjustments, and I haven't implemented everything in yet, and we're already at over 10 gigs. 10 gigs of memory is just used to store all of the ship data that's on this map. So it's definitely gonna be recommended a good computer for my mod, and probably a pretty good processor as well. Because right now, with everything on the map, I think every single unit uses a little bit of processing ability. I'm currently running at 50%, and let me see what my CPU usage is at. At 50%, we're at 43% of CPU usage for the game. I can put it up to 75%, and that will bring us up to about 63% CPU usage, and I'm running it's kind of an older CPU, but I'm running a Ryzen 2700X that is overclocked to 4 gigahertz. So that kind of gives you guys an idea of how powerful of a computer you're going to need to run my mod if you want to run it at normal speed. That's one of the things I do love about Sins 2. It's really cool to see that the fact that the limitations for this engine is our hardware, not the engine itself, which is what the problem was with Sins 1. Because Sins 1 was limited to 1 CPU thread and 2 gigs of RAM. Right now we are well above that because I'm using a CPU that has 16 threads and it's using over 10 gigs of RAM to run the game. So amazing job to the developers of Sins 2. You guys have made an amazing engine, and I cannot wait to continue modding more and more of my series. But one of the things I also kind of forgot to talk about in the last episode was the fact that I redid all of the speeds of the game. So I talked a little bit about with the fighters, but we'll go ahead and just briefly tell you all of the speeds of our ships. We have our carrier at 365 meters per second. Princess Marie, I believe, is the fastest of the group at 380. Norma Prize is 350. Celestia is 380 as well. And Celestia, I believe I was going to make the Advent ships be a little bit faster than TEC, and then have Vasari be a little bit faster than Advent. I think that's how I'm going to balance everything out. And then Meteorium is at 325, and then our Dreadnought is the slowest at 300. So, yep, everything goes a little bit slower. I also have a mod on that allows larger gravity wells. Like I think this one's supposed to be a realistic gravity well. So all the planets have been adjusted to be more realistic compared to what actual like scientific data we have. I think. I don't know how big they go into it, but if that's true, I that's really cool. So all the planets and asteroids and whatnot have been adjusted. I made my own adjustment on dead asteroids because they were really tiny. You find a small group of dead asteroids, there's like no room for your fleet. So I increased the size of them, but made it smaller than their sizes for asteroids. Again, we'll go more into that when we actually get that far. Anyways, as our fleet slowly makes its way over to the boundary so we can do our first battle. Is there anything else I really need to talk about? Oh yeah, our experience. Our experiences to get to level 2 is 350 compared to 200. I've made my own experience level scaler that I've been using for my mod. It's different than vanilla. It's a little bit more aggressive at the beginning, so you don't just instantly get to level 2 or 3 by just killing a few ships. But as you level up, it kind of balances out at 5 or 6, and then the vanilla becomes more aggressive as you approach 10. Because for some reason, I don't know why, but vanilla's scale from like 6 to 10 is just so aggressive, where you can easily have like a level a ship to 6, and then have another ship of it at level 1, and then you'll be 7 or 8 by the time that one is 6, and then you'll be like level 9 if you do it again by the time the third is the 6. And then you'd be like 10 by the time like that entire group is up to 7. It's really, really aggressive after 6. Don't quite know why. But mine is aggressive at the beginning, balances out at 6, and then mine gets less aggressive at 10, and I think mine continues to be less aggressive till you like get up to 14 to 15, and then mine becomes more aggressive after that. Because the creator that made the mod for going above level 10. His name is LOLer, which is amazing. Once you get to level 9, he just copy and pasted the experience requirement from 9 to 10 to 10 to 11 and 11 to 12 and 12 to 13 all the way up to 254. So it's the same, like a little bit additional experience requirement for and it goes up. What's the best way I can explain it? Like the curve is the same from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12. They just take like how much experience it takes to get to 10 to 11, and then add the curve from 9 to 10 on top of 11 to get to 12, and then take the amount of experience it took to get to 12, add the curve from 9 to 10 to 13, so on and so forth. And where mine is, you'll have as much experience as you have now. I think it's plus 225 after that, and then after that you take that value plus the maximum value at 125 per level. So yeah, lots of words. I'm sure some of them mean things. Anyways, our entire fleet is getting in position. We are waiting for the dreadnought to catch up. Our battleships are up in front. Ethereum's in the middle. I need to swap, I still haven't figured out how to do this, but I need to swap the Dreadnought with Princess Marie. Princess Marie should be in the middle where the support ships are, and the Dreadnought should be in the back where the carrier is. But for some reason the Dreadnought is set to be in the middle, which means it's a support ship. That's not right. So I need to find out some way to switch his fleet formation so he's in the back where Princess Marie is in the middle. Anyways, everyone is lining up. There goes our hyperdrives. And I changed the hyperdrives to be where they take 10 seconds before you can move. There's a 2-second variance after that to kind of just give a little bit of RNG. I turned it off for, I think, Normal Prize and Celestia so that they both launch at the same time. In the hardcore, they'll have the same variance. So it'll be anywhere between 10 to 12 seconds before you actually jump. And there goes the rest of the fleet. And as you can see from the normal prize, it is slowly going a little bit faster because his speed is set to 50,200 meters per second, where the all the rest of the fleet is set to 50,000 meters per second when they're in hyperspace. Now, base game was 215,000. I brought that down to 50,000 because it always felt like it was a little bit too fast for me, and it felt like it was a little bit too like competitive, I guess is a good way to say it. But I kind of like it at the slower speed. Let's see, can we play at 1%? I don't know how well we can, but this is what the speed is in real time. It takes a while, but this also means that in the future, when you do the hardcore mod, you have to prepare for fighting it off, fighting whatever planet you're either fighting the pirates or trying to take over from the enemy, because it will take a while to get there, which means retreating will take just as long. So you have to be a little bit more tactically ready to do your fights. Oh, and one thing I totally forgot to do is I forgot to actually pick our abilities. So I should probably do that before we actually
Comlink
get in the battle.
active.
So a normal prize, your first ability is going to be Adaptive Force Field because you are the tank and you need to have some sort of way to reduce the damage you take, because if you reach a 0, then we don't have a tank anymore. Oh, and one of the rules for my RPG mod, at least the ones that I follow, if any one of these capital ships die, the run is over. So we do have to be careful with making sure that we get our maintenance done and make sure everything is, all of our antimatter is fully recharged and that we're ready to go, especially when we're getting ready to fight a difficult fight.
Unleash our wrath.
Celestia, your first ability is going to be Animosity, so that if you have to, you can pull off some of the threat on the normal prize to reduce the amount of damage it takes, and also to increase the damage we do and reduce the amount of damage that you take as well.
Make it fast.
Squall Storm, your first ability is going to be Concussion Charge, so you do additional damage to your enemies. Metherium, your first ability is going to be the Energy Transfer, so you can help keep the shields up on Celestia on your normal prize.
Comlink online.
Timotheus, your first ability is going to be the Missile Battery, so you do
Reporting
additional
in.
DPS. And Princess Marie, your first ability is going to be the Colony ability. And the reason why I'm not getting Inspiring Broadcast is because I want to colonize every single planet we take over, not to like improve my economy or anything, but to just check it off and be like, okay, this planet is completely cleared. Let's colonize and move on. Because once we get to the point where there's like hundreds of planets on the map, if we don't have them taken over, I'm not going to know which planet is mine. So it's just more or less a mental thing to keep us on track for the playthrough.
Comlink active.
All right, and I turned the autocast off of everything. I usually do this so that I have control over our ships, and I will turn them on once we get in the fight. And I usually like to do this also for like antimatter maintenance for all of my ships, so they're not like spamming all their abilities when there's only like 3 or 4 ships there. So yeah, that's the reason why I do that. And we're getting close to the moon, getting close to our first destination. The moon has 5 light cobalt frigates guarding it and 8 of Shuriken gunships. So anti-fighter is going to be a little bit more important than battleship, than like actual like heavy firepower for this battle. Now a lot of these planets do have random numbers of defenses they have on them. They're not fixed. The only things that are fixed are like the training grounds and the pirate bases, and they're not fixed to the amount of units they have. They're fixed to the amount of supplies they can use for their units. So yeah, just have to keep that in mind. Alrighty, the normal prize is about to arrive. Getting really, really close. We're going to run the game at 50% while we're fighting, because again, there's going to be a lot of things thrown around, which is going to make our CPU run a little bit harder. Plus, this is a little bit more beneficial for me as well. And for you, Enormous Prize, I want you to fight our Light Cobalts.
I'll make this short and sweet.
And Celestia, same
Time has
thing.
come.
Fight the Light Cobalts.
Vengeance is at hand.
Once our fleet arrives, we'll take a look at these guys, because I have reworked them. Their defenses and aggression. Here comes the rest of our fleet. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Alright.
Something
Squall Storm,
destroyed.
you focus on the light cobalts.
And I thought the brie was some kind of cheese.
It's not. Sorry, man.
I've got your back.
And Metherium, you have point defense systems, so you work on the gunships.
Want some more? How can I be of service?
Princess Marie, same thing. You have point defense systems, so work on the
This
gunships.
should be a routine combat mission.
And
Reading you
Timotheus,
loud and clear.
same thing. Work on the
I'll
gunships.
hear where it hurts.
Fighters, same
Squadron
thing.
checking in.
And bombers,
Plateau.
you focus on the light
Bomber
frigates.
wing reporting. We're coming in hot.
Okay, and then let's take a look at our enemies that we are fighting. The light cobalt frigates, I have made it to where all of the bandits have their shields, and I've also modified the amount of shields they have. So they have 525 shields, 655 armor, 735 hull points. And they also have 58 armor strength. I upped their armor strength a little bit since they're supposed to be combat frigates. They also do 13.3 DPS. I've increased that from 9.5. I've slowed down their attack speed and made it where their autocannons do more damage. So they're a little bit more of a threat to our main tanks. And then the other one, oh, and their speed is 700, so they're about almost half or almost double the speed of our capital ships, so we have to keep that in mind, which means retreating is going to be very difficult since our capital ships are very slow. And our shurikens have 175 shields, 225 almost an antimatter armor points, and 385 hull points. They also they do 2 DPS with their light cannon, and they do 6 with their 2 medium cannons. I also reduced their Pierce down to 50, and I think I reduced the Pierce of light frigates to 100 to kind of keep them in like the autocannon class. And they also have 25 armor strength, so they're pretty decent for a Corvette class ship, I would say. And they have a speed of 900 to kind of put them in their own category. But anyways, let's get into the fight. Everyone has their orders. Let's take over this moon. Go, Celestia!
Our fleet is under attack.
Yes. Yes, it is. I'm happy you noticed. Go, bombers! Oh, hang on. I want to focus on the bombers. I want to focus on the bombers!
Attack on.
These bombers look so cool, and it's really cool that they go a lot faster than the capital ships. So now it definitely feels a lot more homeworld-like. Where are you going, buddy? And you fly really far away to do your strafes. Go, go, go! Oh, and like I said in the beginning of the video, missiles do have, or last video I should say, do have hull and whatnot. So this missile has 10 armor points. This is a large missile. 35 hull points. Does 100 damage with 500 pierce and an armor strength of 3. And has a movement speed of 1,500 because it is a very fast missile. They seem to have trouble fighting the shurikens for some reason. Interesting. But we have 3 light cobalts left and 6 shurikens. And they're dying pretty fast to our tanks. A normal prize is taking a slight amount of damage. I don't even think I have your ability on. I do not. Because tier 1s are very, very easy to take care of. None of you guys have really been using your abilities either, so we're handling everything quite well. And I found out this when these freezes up like this, because it was doing this in the other series, this is auto-saving, because it auto-saves every 10 minutes. I swear I have that taken off, but for some reason the game still auto-saves. I don't know why. But yeah, when it freezes up in battle like that, that's what's happening. Boom. One more light cobalt. Armor is down, shields are down, and those Gauss cannons do so much damage just to the hull. Okay, and now we just have the shurikens left. We will have their shields and armor down, which is only a matter of time. Boom. Cool. Everything was good to go.
Reporting in.
We handled this with ease. Let's go ahead and take the moon over.
Sound plan.
Oops.
We're underway.
And now,
Looking for something?
let's grab our scouts, bring them up here.
On my way. Where to now?
And you head up to the next one.
Already there.
So that is a tier 1. Tier 1s are very easy. They're just used to get some basic experience and to like get everything going the way you're supposed to. We got 42 experience spread throughout the entire fleet. So we are about little bit over 10% to level 2, so still have quite some time.
Time is short.
The Unity's will be done.
Let's go ahead and move everyone into position. And we can run at 75% now since the battle is over. It's still lagging a little bit. I was actually looking at my CPU usage, and for some reason it doesn't go above 65%. So that tells me that whatever main thread that the game is using is maxed out. And I think that makes a lot of sense because whenever I was like doing my my solo runs, I would have like a YouTube video or a Twitch stream up in the background, and with it running, I could only run at 50%, and without it running, I could run at 75%. So yeah, the primary thread on my CPU is currently maxed out when it comes to running this game. So as we clear more of the planets and get rid of some of the defenses, that should drop more and more and more.
Reporting in.
Yay! The planet is now ours.
A new colony has been founded.
Now, I'm not going to build this planet up or anything like that, because again, I want to make sure that we have the least amount of stuff on the map.
Ready for battle.
So,
Last.
we're just going to keep that the way it is.
Squadron checking in.
Oh yeah, how did our fighters do? Did our fighters take any damage? I don't think so, because there wasn't anything out there that fought fighters. Our bombers look like they're good too. Yep. All our fighters and bombers are good to go.
Bomber wing reporting.
Oh, and I still have them set to do nothing. From when I was self-destructing our base at the beginning of the episode. So, yep. Attack anywhere.
Squadron checking in.
Attack anywhere. That's why they were flying back here and doing nothing. Okay.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Boys.
Come in, TACOM. Over. Copy that, TACOM.
Are you gonna go to the rest of your fleet? Or are you just gonna stand here and do nothing? There you go. Nice. Okay, our scouts are on their way. I'm gonna go ahead and put a cut here, and we'll figure out what the next planet is once we have them exploring it. I don't think there's anything that we're waiting on. No, the normal prizes shields are basically back up and operational. It recharges 9 per second. So, and he was the only one that took damage. So yeah, we're good to go, and I will be back once we explore the next planet. I guess while we're waiting, I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about the scouts, because I have changed them out a little bit. They have 125 armor, 325 hull, 10 armor strength, and 1,000 movement speed. So they're a little bit more vulnerable than they were in vanilla. But that's also, to me, I see these as like the recon from Homeworld 1, or Homeworld Cataclysm, or the scout from Homeworld 1, where they're fast ships, but they have very, very little defenses, and they're very vulnerable to attack. And also because of that, I made it to where they only require 1 supply to make. So,
What do you need to know?
what are you doing?
I'll find a way. On my way.
You get back here.
Looking for something.
This one will go out and do our next exploring. And also, because they're scouts, they move at 70,000 meters per second in hyperspace instead of 50,000, so they can get their destination quicker. Alrighty, we're starting to approach the unknown planet. Let's see what it has here.
Scouts have found a colonizable planet.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's see. This is a tier 2 planet. Alright. So this would be perfect for us to test out our abilities and whatnot. We have a Hive asteroid with a bunch of defenses on it. What do we have? We have 6 flak frigates, so that means we have something that can shoot down our fighters now and shoot down missiles. We have 16 light cobalt frigates, so quite a decent front line compared to the other one. 12 missile corvettes, so we have these missile corvettes I have upgraded to do additional damage. Let me see if I can find one. Boop, 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 boop. There we are. Yeah, they do 10 DPS per missile, allowing them to do 20 DPS. I did reduce their Pierce down to 300 because they're just simple light missiles, but they are a lot more deadlier than the other one, and that's also because I weakened the shurikens. That's one reason why the tier 1s are so easy, because shurikens don't do a whole lot of damage anymore compared to their missile boat counterparts. But the missile corvettes have 140 shields, 160 armor, and 350 hull points, and 15 armor strength. So their armor strength is a little bit less than the shuriken counterparts. And where is the flak frigates? There's one. The flak frigates, which I think I still need to do a little bit of adjustment. They have 300 shields, 375 armor, 555 hull points, and 35 armor strength. They also move at 730, which I forgot to look at the missile ones, and these do 1.5 DPS per point defense cannon when they used to be 2. I nerfed them a little bit because I thought they were a little bit powerful for the size of ship they're supposed to be. And one of the funny things I found in the coding, I don't know why, but these guys had 80 armor strength when the light kobolds had 40. These guys had double the armor strength of a ship that's supposed to be like a main combat brawler. I have no idea why. So they're set down lower than the combat ships now at 35. So that was a really interesting thing to find out in the coding. And missile corvettes move at 850 meters per second instead of 900, which I think that's what the shurikens move at. Yeah, they move at 900, so they're a little bit slower, so a little bit easier to track down, but they do a lot more damage. Anyways, let's get our scout moved out.
On my way.
And then
Ready
let's get our
for
fleet in
battle.
position and get ready to fight this.
Last.
This will be our first tier 2 defenses. Tier 2 defenses only have these 4 ships, so the best way to figure out what tier you're fighting is based off of how many types of ships that are there, because every tier adds more shields or more ships off of the previous tier, as well as more numbers, so they just exponentially get harder. This is 200 fleet supply. I think this is like a moderate size tier 2, where tier 1 was like 64. And since we have 6 capital ships with a supply equivalent of 300, 64 is a little bit over 20% of that supply, which is why that fight was a breeze, even at level 1. Anyways, everyone is in position. Let's go ahead and move out.
Our voices speak as one.
Get ready for hyperspace jump. I don't care if the game calls it phase jump, it calls it hyperspace in the coding, so it is hyperspace to me now.
Phase
Besides,
jump
I've
underway.
always called this stuff hyperspace. Here we go! I love Celestia's phase jump compared to the rest. It's so pretty. And there we go. And there goes the normal prize, just going a little bit faster to make sure he is always in the lead. Now, if we would time it perfectly, I would make it to where both of these would jump at the same time, because if they both got their attention, then Celestia would be able to share the burden with your normal prize. But since it doesn't, having a normal prize being focused on and Celestia pulling off with this ability would be animosity is a lot fairer. Yeah, I love the Advent's like phase jump. It's so majestic and like pretty compared to like it looks like the humans are like just warping a wormhole through, like forcing it through. It's so cool though. Alrighty, we are approaching our destination. Let's get ready for battle.
Comlink active.
And boom, we have arrived. Alright, a normal prize, your target is the light frigates.
Fire at will.
Our time has come.
Celestia, your targets will be on light frigates as well.
Tremble before the Unity.
And the rest of the fleet arrives. I'll give them their orders.
Comm channel open.
Let's see, Metherium. Are quite a bit of light frigates, so help out with fighting them.
Engaging the enemy.
And
Time
Baxter,
is short.
same thing. Continue. You fight the light frigates.
Time to kick some ass. Our fleet is under attack.
Now, Timotheus, I want you to
online.
focus on the flak frigates.
Press the attack.
Oh, auto-saving. 1 moment, please. And
Where
Princess
do you need
Marie, I want you to focus on the light frigates, or the flak frigates.
This should be a routine combat mission.
Alright.
Ready for
Activate
battle.
your force field.
Unleash our wrath.
We'll wait till the ships get closer before we use Amosity.
I've got your back.
Baxter, and you use your concussion charge. Boom.
How can I be of service?
Princess Marie, you don't have your ability yet, so you're fine.
Reading you loud and
And
clear.
Timotheus, deploy your missile battery. I love how the missile battery has point defense guns on it. And that should get the attention of the kobolds if they get too close, because they like to fight this.
You may speak.
Speaking of that, here you go, Celestia. Get all that attention of all these ships over here. Oh god! Musty is so loud when so many people are under effect.
Good day, Commander.
Cool. Oh, and I forgot to get the fighters'
Copy that,
orders.
TACOM.
Bombers, I want you to focus on the light frigates.
Bring the noise. Squad
Fighters.
leader here.
You focus on the missile corvettes.
Light 'em up, boys.
Alrighty.
Comm channel open.
Okay, we lost enough shields to use energy transfer, so Metherium, please take care of that. Keep shields of normal prize up.
You may speak.
Ooh, I just heard the concussion shot go off. Nice, nice. Celestia's doing good. If she's keeping the attention of all these guys over here to keep the damage off of your normal prize.
Need something destroyed?
Baxter's doing well. Timotheus is doing
Where
well.
do you need me?
Cool. Everything is looking good. Your normal prize is taking a decent amount of damage, but that is perfectly fine.
Our time has come.
Velocity's gonna be wearing off here in a couple seconds. These guys will start focusing more damage on the normal prize,
Good day, Commander.
whose adaptive force field has worn off for 49 more seconds.
Comm link online.
Timotheus has his missile ability available, so we'll go ahead and deploy another one. So now we have 2 missiles out.
Comm channel open.
Energy transfer has a while
Make
till
it
it's ready.
fast.
You may speak.
Still doing good, still doing good. Amosity is almost ready again. So we'll do the same thing. Keep the attention of all of these frigates. We lost a couple fighters from the Garrick. And I think
How
because
can
of
I help
that,
you, Commander?
we still have our bombers, but we have 4 of our fighters.
Reading you
And
loud
fighters
clear.
do take longer to replenish, so we do have to be careful. Missile batteries, I think I want to have you guys, well, it's going to just shoot down the missiles, because flak frigates can do that. Never mind. I was going to have them focus on the flak frigates, but there's no use.
Comm channel open.
Ethereum, you focus on killing more of the flak frigates.
Want some more?
Shields are down about half on your normal prize.
You may speak.
Comm channel open.
Energy transfer is almost ready. Boop. There we go. Now we're looking better. Your normal prize's main defense is armor, but as long as we can keep his shields up, this will be pretty easy. And Celestia has to keep her shields up because shields is everything to her. If she loses her shield, she's gonna die quickly.
Standing by. Make it fast.
How's your antimatter? 347? You're still doing good.
Good day, Commander.
And adaptive force field's about to come back online. There we go. Now we have 3% damage reduction. Oh, I also didn't realize that blocks phase missiles. Interesting.
You may speak.
Don't know why I never knew that.
How can I help
But then
you,
again, I don't
Commander?
usually play against Vasari that much, so I always forget about that. Those
Reading you loud
little
and clear.
technologies. Deploy missile battery is almost ready again for Timotheus. I just heard the
Time
concussion
is
charge
short.
go off. So now we have 3 of them. Getting more DPS going on. Can you boys focus on the light frigates? Down to 2 fighters. That fighter has 1 hull left. Oh god.
Copy that, TACOM.
Bombers, I need you to focus
We're
on
coming in hot.
those guys.
Squad leader here.
Yeah, focus on the missile corvettes.
Reading you loud and clear.
We have 3 more light frigates left. All we really have left is just a crap ton of shurikens. And we have 1 more flak frigate left. How you doing on production of new fighters? You're almost got another one back up, which is good. Bombers are still looking good. Bombers are taking a slight amount of damage. Not too bad.
I've got your back.
Ethereum has another energy transfer ready. Good, good. We're looking good.
Comlink online. Need something destroyed?
You may speak.
Ooh, you have this ability ready. Go ahead and get the attention of all these shurikens. There you go. And yay, we got all the frigates killed. Now we just have to get rid of all of these missile corvettes
Go ahead, TACOM.
and
Strike run
shurikens.
commencing.
So,
Comms
Ethereum,
open.
focus on the
Want
missiles.
some more? Standing by.
Timotheus, focus on the
I've
gunships.
got a clean shot.
Same thing
How
with
can I
Princess
be of
Marie.
service? Hold tight. This will only
You normal
take a
prize,
minute.
focus on the missile
Good
corvettes
day,
because you don't
Commander.
really have weapons that are fast tracking. So keep
Start
focus on
making
that.
your dinner plans. This won't take long.
And Celestia, same thing with you.
Retribution is ours.
Cool. Not too bad. Celestia has taken almost 3,000 shields damage. You normal prizes still have half his shields with Metherium helping him out. Not too bad. This is a little bit of a difficult fight, but not bad. Quite happy with it.
Make it fast.
And you don't need that on anymore.
Reading you loud and clear.
Yep, keep using your missile battery. They have point defense systems built into it so they can help against the corvettes.
How can I be of service? Good day, Commander.
We're going to try and use some of our secondary weapons to help out with the corvette problem. Celestio's using all of his lasers. All of her lasers, I should say. Missiles are all done.
Start making your dinner plans. This won't take long.
Time to focus completely on the shurikens.
Light 'em up, boys. Copy that, TACOM.
3
Strike
left.
run commencing.
Oh. Jeez. And done. This one is cleared. Cool! We cleared our first tier 2.
Where do you need me? A sound plan. Good day, Commander.
Let's go ahead and move everyone out.
Our voices speak as one.
Our shields never failed in that fight, which is really good. Normal Prize took a decent amount of shield damage, but thanks to Metherium, he was able to keep it up.
Comlink online.
Everything worked really well. Quite happy with this group. Can't wait till we get to level 2 so Princess Marie can use her inspiring broadcast to help everything. To help everyone do a little bit more DPS, which is definitely going to help our fighters. And our fighters, we have 2 fighters left. Actually, we had one fighter left. This one just got built. This fighter has 14 hull left. No armor. I have been kind of thinking about giving these guys a slight amount of shields, but I don't know. I've been going back and forth between that. I think it would be cool to have every ship in the game have shields, but I don't know. Let me guys know if you think we should give our fighters some shields when designing the hardcore mod. I might make it to where it's like in hardcore, make it to where it's like the frigates and capitals, like give it a research you have to unlock, like a very specific research just for fighters, and they won't get much. Like the bomber, I'm thinking of giving it like 30 shields, and fighters like 10 shields, like a very small amount. But yeah, let me guys know if you think about that would be a good idea or not, or if that would make TEC too defensive. But otherwise, we
What do you need to know?
need to bring our fighters over and explore the next planet. I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot of downtime because by the time I explore everything,
On my way.
our shields should be fully recharged.
A new colony has been founded.
Especially if I do stuff like that.
Help you, Commander? Need something destroyed?
What is Celestia's shield recharge rate? 25? Good gravy, I forgot I gave Advent such a higher shield regeneration. Because they specialize in it. That's their bread and butter when it comes to defense. And Enormous Prize has 9, so yeah, hers is going to be naturally recharged very quickly compared to your normal prize. Alright, well anyways, I'm going to bring the scouts over, do exploring on the next planet, and then once we... Wow, I didn't realize how long that hyperspace line is. Once we do some exploring, and then we'll get ready for the next battle. Oh, and one of the things I forgot to mention is I redesigned all of the regeneration rates. So shields start recharging at 1 minute of out of combat, armor starts recharging 3 minutes out of combat, and hull starts repairing at 5 minutes out of combat. So this does mean that after a big battle, that after a big battle, it's going to take a while for your ships to start regenerating their whole shields and armor. So one thing to keep in mind, especially in the hardcore mod, where if your fighters and bombers especially will need some downtime to get themselves replenished back up. Alright, we're getting close to exploring our next planet. Let's see what we got.
Scouts have found a colonizable planet.
We got a moon. And I believe a moon is a tier 1. Yes, it is. We have 8 light cobalts and 10 shurikens. But there's also a tier 2 derelict here with 1,000 experience points. And the tier 2 derelict has a Harka heavy cruiser guarding it. Now, this is a little bad because I have modified Harka heavy cruisers to be a lot more powerful. The reason why I have is because the medium cobalt heavy cruisers are in the game, and I wanted to add it to being buildable and hardcore. So I balanced heavy cruisers to kind of be like a very tough, brawler, where the medium cruisers are kind of like where the heavy cruisers used to be. So they have 1,850 armor or hull, 1,615 armor, 1,250 shields, and 100 armor strength, and they do 12.9 DPS per heavy autocannon. I did reduce the amount of pierce they have down to 200 to keep them in the autocannon class, but still, that's about 13 DPS per weapon, giving it like, I think like 35 DPS altogether, 35, 40-ish. Basically, 2 of these have the firepower to take down or to match a capital ship. Like a level 1 capital ship with no upgrades. So yeah, they're quite deadly, and higher tier planets will have this, so we do have to be careful when it comes to fighting these things. They also have the LRM boats, the LRM cruisers, which I have also changed as well. These LRM cruisers have 750 shields, 785 armor, 1,135 hull, and 200 antimatter. They also have 50 armor strength, so they're a little bit on the low side for a cruiser because they're supposed to be a long range ship. They're not supposed to be up front, so they don't need high amounts of armor strength. They also do 20 DPS with their medium missiles. I also reduced their pierce down to 400 to kind of, because it's like a medium missile, it's not a heavy, like high armor piercing missile. So these can do a decent amount of DPS as well now, as missiles can be shot down. So I increased the DPS of missile-based ships to make up for that weakness. So yeah, I think that's the only thing over here. So for this one, basically what we need to do is clear out the ships normally, and then we go over here, fight these ships, take the derelict, and that should be enough to level us up to 2.
I'll find a way.
Honestly, probably killing all the ships would be enough to level us up to 2, because we really need 130. But anyways, our ships are ready to go. I think our fighters are... one of our fighters is still being repaired because of the how slow the hull repair is in my mod. So it feels like it's going to take about... depending on how much hull damage they take, it takes 5 minutes for them to start actually repairing themselves. So anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes for fighters to fully repair themselves. Which, if it's severely damaged, that feels good to me. That's a lot of downtime for your fighters if after a large fight. So I like that. And I'm assuming bombers are probably going to be a little bit longer because they have more hull. I did give them a little bit faster hull regeneration rate, but it'll probably be anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes for them to get fully repaired if their hull is extremely low. But anyways,
you may speak.
That fighter should be fully repaired by the time we get here because this is a long hyperspace jump. So let's go ahead and move our fleet out.
At last.
And hopefully once we start clearing out some more of these planets, we'll be able to run the game at a little bit faster speed. But this also unlocks 3 different hyperspace lanes. And one of the interesting things about the Alpha Galaxy is the further away you are to the star, the less valuable the planets are. So out here we should find nothing but asteroids, moons, maybe a volcano planet every once in a while, or a hive planet every once in a while, but nothing that's like Terran or ocean or city planets, because those are the ones that have the high tier defenses on them. And also up in the core, you have nothing but volcano planets. So those are the 2 key areas to start with in my mod. Is out in the outskirts, making your way to the sun as you get higher and higher level, or in the sun and trying to make your way to the middle ring that has all the high tier planets as you get higher and higher level. But anyways, our fleet should be getting ready to move out. Yep, they all have their phase jumps activated, and I will put a cut here, and we'll be back once we arrive at the moon planet to take it over. Alrighty, we're getting close to our approach of the next target, the moon. The moon named Leucothea, or Leucothea, which is a really cool name. So I don't know why, but the random name generator for planets in Sens 2 is really dumb. But for some reason, this playthrough has been really good. There's some of them that are really useful. But anyways, we are about to arrive, setting the game to 50% speed. We have arrived with the normal prize.
We still turn the tide in our favor?
Oh, you're fine. Wait for the rest of the fleet to arrive and everything will be fine. So he's going to focus on killing the light frigates.
We must take down the enemy or die trying.
He's panicking, he's the only one there.
Our time has come.
And Celestia, same thing. Focus on the light frigates.
Good day, Commander.
I don't think we really need to have our adaptive force field on, fighting a tier 1. Even at level 1, yeah, we're only level 1, so we'll go ahead and use it.
Time is short.
Squallstorm, I want you to focus on the light frigates as well.
Here to take out the trash.
Metheerium, you focus on the gunships.
Want some more?
And Timotheus, same thing, focus on the gunships.
I've got a clean shot. Squad leader here.
Our fighters,
Our fleet is under attack.
focus on the gunships.
Accelerating to attack.
Bombers, focus on the light frigates.
Strike run commencing.
And Princess Marie, focus on the gunships.
This'll only take a minute. Comlink active.
Here we go. we should be able to wipe this out pretty quickly before they even get close to us. Still going to use my animosity to try to keep a little bit damage off of your normal prize. It's only going to be like 3 targets, but it's fine. Just to get something going on.
How can I help you, Commander?
I don't know if we really need this missile thing. We'll deploy it anyways. Screw it. It's got point defense systems, so help against the corvettes. And now we fight. There goes the light frigates. They're getting up close and personal because they want to fight the missile battery. We're just fine. We're gonna probably die before they really do too much damage to the missile battery. 2. It's so interesting. Even at that 50% speed, the game still looks really good. Like, to me, I don't know, maybe it's just because my brain processes things slower than other people. This looks normal to me. I shouldn't say process things slower than other people. It processes things like more completely. Like, it takes a little bit more time for all the information to enter my brain, but then process it like as well as like a normal strategist would. I just can't like split think things, if that makes sense. Alright, everything is looking good.
Unleash our wrath.
I've got your back.
I've only, a normal rise is only taking like 500 shield damage. Celestia's taking like 100. So, yeah, everything is looking good. Got 2 more shurikens to kill. And then 2 more light frigates. Let's see, can we run at a higher speed? Yeah, it looks like it lags too much, so we'll keep it at 50. Keep it at 50 while in combat. Alright.
Unleash our wrath.
Everyone stay here.
At last.
Let's go move out. Defensive fleet has been destroyed. Now we need to destroy the derelict fleet. Which the only big threat of this is just the heavy cruiser.
This shall be a reckoning.
And we'll let Celestia move in first. She should be able to handle it. So there's just a very, very small fleet for her. And she's a little bit faster than your normal prize, so she'll be spotted first anyways. Bye, Celestia. Have fun killing the enemy. We need 65 more experience points and we should level. I don't think we're going to get it from killing the defenses, but we'll definitely get it by looting the derelict. And let's go ahead and tell everything to engage. 1, because I kind of want to see, like, it looks really cool with the fighters being so much faster than the actual fleet. Like with them flying by. I love it so much. Go, go, go.
Go ahead, TACOM.
Fighters,
We're coming in hot.
focus on the light frigates. I kind of want to test my capital ships against the heavy cruiser. Missiles away. Jeez. That's just one group of bombers too. I do find it interesting how far away bombers fly before they come back in. It's a little bit ridiculous, honestly. How much damage do... Oh, you launched like 6 missiles at once. I didn't realize that. How much damage do these missiles do? They do 41 damage each and they have 5 hull. Alright. Bombers are powerful. Me likey. I'm excited to use more of them when we get further in the RP. Alright, we got the heavy cruiser's attention, hitting its shields. This is without any abilities being used. Its shields have failed. Those Gauss cannons didn't actually do a whole lot of damage because he has a lot of armor strength. God, these heavy cruisers. I really love their redesign. I made it to where their weapons do a lot more damage, which I think I explained that earlier, but I forgot to say I've reduced its cooldown, or increased its cooldown to 3 seconds. Actually, no, I increased its cooldown to 7 seconds because they have heavy autocannons. Armor is down, going through the hole. It should die quite quickly now. It is vulnerable to high piercing attacks. Does do a decent damage to Celestia. Each round does almost like, I want to say 300 shield damage. Like, let's say 17,880 right now. Yeah, it does almost 100 shield damage for one of those.
You may
Those are going to be so deadly in big groups.
Retribution is ours.
Alright, LRM cruiser is almost killed. Just going through the hole now. Cool. Now, everything.
Our time has come.
Annihilate him.
Vengeance is at hand.
Bomber wing reporting. Bogies bearing 09er. Standing by.
Got one ship left. Yeah, it's not going to be enough to level us up. But once we come down here and get the derelict, they'll level us up. Shields are down, going through the armor. He's launching his missiles. How much damage do these missiles do? 100. They have 8 armor, 20 hull. Cool. How much damage do our missiles do? 100. They have 10 armor and 35 hull because they're considered a large missile. And I think they move a little bit slower too, like 1,250? 1,500, never mind. I think his move faster because they're a medium class. Yeah, 1,750. Indeed.
Comm channel open.
Alright. Now, let's get into this,
Understood. Ready for
derelict.
battle. Yes, Commander. At once.
You may speak.
I want everyone in here,
Set a course. Reporting in.
so everyone gets experience
Launch
points.
space.
PDS systems are trying to shoot these down. They do a good job if they can focus fire on it. They definitely have a little bit more survivability than the vanilla missiles, but I also made them faster too, so it's only very fast tracking ships can really take them down now. Alrighty. Let's get everyone into position. And Celestia took a little bit of shield damage from those Harkos. I am terrified of those things. That was only one. Yay! Derelict has been explored, and every single one of our capital ships have leveled up to 2. Yay! Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at everything, and we'll just start on the left side and make our way around.
I've got
So
your back.
Metherium at level 2 now has 7,590 shields, 9,890 armor, and 20,010 hull. She has already broke 20,000 on hull. Fantastic. And she has 660 antimatter, because antimatter goes up 10% of base every time you level. And she now does 27.7 damage or DPS with her heavy missile, 8.3 with her medium autocannons, and 4.2 with her point defense autocannons, and 5.2 on planet bombs. Since she is a support ship, I've made it to where every time she levels, she gains 4% additional damage from base values. In vanilla, for some reason, they had a lot of the things where it would increase damage and increase attack speed, but since I want to scale ships up to 100, if we keep increasing attack speed, these ships will eventually have so much DPS that they'll basically be unbeatable, which is not what I want. I still want these ships to be powerful, but I also want them to be beatable. So attack speed only goes up with items or abilities. It no longer goes up with research or your levels. And we now have 82 armor strength on this ship, because armor strength also goes up per level. And for her second ability, I want to use EMP charge because I have not used this yet, but I also want to get magnetic singularity, because when I deploy this will help us avoid missile fire and help make fighters and corvettes slower and easier to kill, because this, like I explained in the last episode, this makes everything inside the radius slower. So we're going to go ahead and make that Metherium's second ability. Now, the normal prize.
Commander.
The normal prize now has 8,510 shields, 12,650 armor, and 18,400 hull, and 770 antimatter. As well does 15.8 DPS with its Gauss cannons, 8.4 with its medium autocannons, and 7 with its light cannons, and 5.3 with planet bombs, and we have 108 armor strength. As a battleship, his damage goes up 5% more levels, so he's always going to be a little bit more powerful than Metherium, because they're different class ships. Next is Celestia, who has already broken 20,000 shields. Good gravy. She has 21,060 shields, 5,790 armor, and 10,075 hull, so she's also broke 10,000 on hull, 550 antimatter. She does 13.1 DPS with her heavy beams, 10.5 with her heavy plasmas, 5.3 with her medium plasmas, and 3.1 with her light lasers, as well as 5.3 DPS with her bombardment ability. And again, she's also a battleship, so she gets 5% additional damage per level up. And she also has 92 armor strength now, so she's getting there. She's slowly getting there. And for her...
You may speak.
Oh, I forgot to get out of my abilities. For me, it's going to be Fusillade. This will make it to where my DPS goes up by 3% from activating the ability, and my weapon tracking speed goes up by 10%, making it a little bit easier for him to track corvettes that are moving around.
Unleash
Celestia is going to be getting her energy abrasive armor. This will make it to where she gets psi power now whenever she gets attacked, and increases her attack speed every time she's attacked. So when I use this ability to use Amosity to pull off the threat for your normal prize, it will now also make it to where her other abilities will do more damage by increasing her spell power and increasing her attack speed, so she does more damage to whatever she's fighting.
Time is short.
And Squall Storm now has 5,290 shields, 8,165 armor, 17,250 hull, and 495 antimatter, as well as does 51.1 DPS with his heavy missile, which is quite crazy already at level 2. 24 DPS with his Gauss cannon, and 8.5 with his medium cannon, and 5.3 on his planetary bomb. He also has 92 armor strength as well, so he's tied with Celestia. Since he's a siege ship, they're supposed to have a lot of DPS, so he gets 6.5% additional damage per DPS upgrade. Because out of all of our ships, he's also the one with the lowest level of survivability, and the lowest. He'll also be the one that runs out of antimatter quickest. Because his abilities are quite expensive, because he's supposed to do as much damage as possible, and then to defeat his enemies. If he can't, he's supposed to run away, because he doesn't have a lot of survivability. And your second ability is going to be precision targeting. This allows you to identify weaknesses in the enemy and makes the entire fleet do additional damage. So very important against a highly defensive target.
How can I be of service?
Next is Princess Marie, who has now 7,130 shields, 4,945 armor, and 21,620 hull. I believe out of the entire group, she's going to have the most hull, so she'll have the most, she'll have the highest hull out of the entire group. She also has 275 antimatter, does 8.2 DPS with her medium autocannons, 4.1 for PDS autocannon, and 5.1 damage with her planetary bomb, and has 47 armor strength. Now, she has very low armor strength because, again, she's a retrofitted cruise liner with weapons, so she is not going to have a whole lot of survivability. In fact, out of all of the ships, she has the least survivability. And because of her being a cruise lining support ship, she only gets 2% additional damage to her weapons per level. So she's also going to be the lowest damage out of the entire group because of this ability here. Inspirational Broadcast, which is going to be her second ability, which increases the weapon reload time, or increases DPS or the attack speed of every single ship around her. And if I activate this, I could show you right here that fighters are now affected. So they now get the 3% additional attack speed bonus by being affected by the Inspiring Broadcast. So, yep, really, really cool.
Comlink online.
And Timotheus has 6,100 shields, 7,590 armor, 20,470 hull. He also broke 20,000 on hull this level. Nice. 385 antimatter, and 1 squadron of fighters, 1 squadron of bombers. Does 7.1 DPS with his light autocannons, 8.5 with his medium autocannons, and 4.2 with his point defense autocannons. Now, for him, he also has 67 armor strength, so he's kind of in the middle of everyone. And since he has a lot of fighter squadrons, for what I've designed for him, he will get a new fighter squadron every odd level. So next level he'll get a fighter squadron, level 5 he'll get additional one, level 7 he'll get additional one, so on and so forth. So that's another reason why I gave him a less DPS than the other ships, because he's, a carrier. He's supposed to rely on his fighters to do a good amount of his damage. And his second ability is just going to be mass production. I'm not really going to use this. I just want this so he has 2 abilities. Alrighty, and that is the entire group. We have made it to level 2. 2 levels down, 10 to go. So we have a long time until we finish this up. But we also require 575 experience to level up. And we got a pretty good start because of that derelict we just unlocked. So getting to level 3 won't take too long, especially if we find a pretty high level planet. We're probably not going to fight anything above tier 3 until we get to level 6. We're going to stick with tier 1, tier 2s, and tier 3s until then. Tier 3 should offer a pretty good challenge being this low level, so it's especially with the shields adjustments. I can already tell tier 2s are harder than they used to be before I gave all the enemy shields and made the weapon adjustments. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this so far. Let me see, where's Princess Marie?
I've got your
I'm gonna
back.
go ahead and tell her to take over the planet. So we mark this as a planet that's been cleared, and our entire fighter squadron or scout squadron is here. In the next episode, we're gonna tell them to go explore these 3 unknown planets and then make our decision for which one we want to conquer next. But hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the RPG playthrough, an RPG mod I've been developing. It's been quite fun, and I really can't wait until I can get these ships developed to be much higher levels than 12. It's gonna be fun. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you do, please leave a like. If you like what I do, consider subscribing, and I will check you guys out in the next video. Until then, this is Captain Soban signing out.
The Thaker have arrived. Emergency hyperspace procedures initiated. The mothership must survive.